Yo, the streets are screaming, the city's on edge, and NBA YoungBoy just turned the game upside down. Lol Tim ain't just a sidekick, he's a trophy, a weapon, and a walking statement of power, loyalty, and straight-up danger. Word on the block is, bodies are dropping, whispers are flying, and YoungBoy's inner circle is tighter than ever. But trust, that's on a whole new level. Every move, every flex, every clip on social media is dripping with tension. Leaked texts show YoungBoy and Lol Tim plotting, laughing, and moving like kings. But the streets, they're paying in blood. Rival crews are sweating, insiders are spilling secrets, and fans can't believe the chaos that's unfolding live. Lol Tim's got YoungBoy's back through every explosive showdown, every meltdown, every betrayal that hits the airwaves. And just when you think it's safe, a secret recording surfaces, a confrontation blows up, and the streets catch fire all over again. Tweets explode, IG stories go viral, and everyone from industry heads to hardcore street soldiers is watching, waiting, wondering, is this loyalty, or is it a ticking time bomb ready to blow the whole city apart? By the time this story drops, you'll see the raw, unfiltered truth. In this world, power, blood, and loyalty don't just coexist, they collide. And if you're not watching closely, you might miss the next headline that changes everything. NBA YoungBoy and Lol Tim aren't just making moves, they're owning the streets, one shocking revelation at a time. And the game will never be the same again. The moment the world thought they knew NBA YoungBoy, everything changed. Rumors had been swirling for months about the close ties between YoungBoy and Lol Tim, but no one was prepared for the explosive details now surfacing. Sources deep inside the streets are revealing a story so raw, so unfiltered that it's shaking the very foundations of the hip-hop world. Every move YoungBoy makes is calculated, every decision strategic. But this alliance with Lol Tim, that's a power play drenched in blood and loyalty. A combination that rivals have feared for years. Leaked messages obtained by insiders show YoungBoy personally keeping Lol Tim close, not just as a friend, but as a living, breathing emblem of his dominance. The texts are chilling lines like ride or die, but the streets speak louder than words and keep your circle tight. Or you'll be the next headline. Paint a picture of a world where trust is currency and betrayal is fatal. The city streets are buzzing with speculation. Bodies have been falling silently, quietly, almost like whispers carried through the night. Every alley, every block, every social media post now carries weight, and everyone knows. Lol Tim's presence isn't just companionship, it's insurance. But the tension doesn't stop there. Leaked audio clips are surfacing of heated exchanges between YoungBoy and rival crews. In one recording, YoungBoy can be heard saying, "You play with me or you play with him. There's no middle ground." The fear is palpable. Lol Tim doesn't just stand there. He's in the middle of every showdown, every confrontation, every explosive moment. Ready to back YoungBoy with loyalty that borders on obsession, fans online are erupting. Tweets, TikToks, Instagram clips, the digital streets are ablaze with speculation, reactions, and outright panic. Word is this is the kind of loyalty that kills careers if threatened. One insider revealed, under strict anonymity, that there was a night when a rival crew tried to test YoungBoy's circle. Within hours, their positions had shifted. Whispers were being sent to the media, and the streets were left stunned. It was like watching a chess game in real life, the source said. Every move they made was countered and lulled Tim. He was at the center, silent but deadly. Meanwhile, fans are dissecting every video, every performance, every IG story. Clips have emerged of YoungBoy and Lol Tim in the studio, laughing, plotting, and laying down bars that many believe are subliminals aimed at enemies. It's not just music, it's a declaration. Every verse, every hook, every line is dripping with threats, secrets, and inside knowledge that only those in the inner circle can understand. Even major news outlets are picking up on the tension, reporting stories of blood loyalty, street alliances, and rising chaos in YoungBoy's circle. The leaks don't stop there. Private messages suggest that YoungBoy trusts no one else in his circle more than Lol Tim. In one damning conversation, Lol Tim is advised to stay on the move to avoid attention, yet always remain in YoungBoy's proximity. The message? If YoungBoy moves, Lol Tim moves. If a rival strikes, Lol Tim strikes. The line between friendship, strategy, and sheer survival is blurred, and the city is holding its breath. As this story spreads, the streets themselves are reacting. Rival crews are on edge, social media is buzzing with speculation, and loyal fans are dissecting every clip for evidence of betrayal, leaks, or signs of an impending showdown. One clip that went viral shows YoungBoy whispering something to lull Tim off camera. No one knows exactly what was said, but the energy is unmistakable. The streets are listening, watching, and waiting. Every second feels like it could be the moment that sparks a full-scale feud. And then came the first major twist. A secret source leaked a recording of YoungBoy in a heated argument with a close associate over perceived loyalty breaches. The voice on the tape can be heard saying, "You think I play? You think this is a game? Keep him close or you'll find out what it really means to cross me." That associate. They claim it wasn't a threat, just a warning, but the city heard it as a declaration of war. Meanwhile, online fans are speculating endlessly. Hashtags like #YoungBoy, LULTim, #StreetLoyalty, and #BloodPaid is trending. Clips of YoungBoy stepping out with LULTim, smiles exchanged in public appearances, are being interpreted as coded signals of street strategy. The drama isn't just in the streets, it's everywhere. Every fan, every rival, every insider is trying to decode what these two are planning. Then the cliffhanger that has the internet in a frenzy, reports of a confrontation. Last night, Feuds reported near an abandoned warehouse. Sirens, whispers of shots fired, but nothing confirmed. LULTim was reportedly seen entering a blacked-out SUV with YoungBoy shortly after. The streets are on edge, fans are panicking, and insiders are scrambling to confirm the details. One thing is certain. The game has changed. Alliances are being tested, loyalty is being measured in blood, and YoungBoy's inner circle is now the epicenter of every rumor, every fear, and every secret. By the end of this first chapter of chaos, one thing is crystal clear. NBA YoungBoy and LULTim are untouchable for now. But the storm is coming, and the streets are about to learn just how far loyalty and blood can take a man. The streets were still reeling from the last explosive revelations, but the tension was only escalating. Overnight, new leaks surfaced that painted an even darker picture of NBA YoungBoy's inner circle and LULTim's role as more than just a companion. Sources whisper that LULTim is not merely standing by YoungBoy's side, he is actively orchestrating the chaos, making strategic moves that are leaving rivals shaking in fear. One insider, who has requested anonymity, revealed that LULTim has been quietly surveilling rival territories, noting movements and reporting back every detail to YoungBoy. Every block, every corner, every alleyway is being watched and no one is safe. Leaked messages revealed chilling conversations where YoungBoy instructs LULTim to observe, report, and strike only when the time is right. The subtext is clear. Bodies will fall, but timing is everything. Sources claim these are not empty threats. Incidents across several neighborhoods corroborate the whispers. Shots fired, vehicles torched, and sudden disappearances, each a calculated warning. YoungBoy and LULTim are sending a message. Loyalty is rewarded, betrayal is lethal, and no one steps out of line. Social media erupted when a video surfaced showing YoungBoy and LULTim in a private studio session. Fans noticed the tension in the air, the subtle nods, and coded language in the lyrics. Some verses seemed to hint at ongoing rivalries and betrayals. The online speculation was immediate and ferocious. Twitter threads exploded with analysis, each line dissected for hidden threats, secret warnings, and subtle digs at competitors. Every clip, every story, every post became a puzzle piece for fans trying to decode the inner workings of YoungBoy's empire. And then came the bombshell leak. A private conversation allegedly between LULTim and a known rival. In the recording, LULTim delivers an unmistakable warning. "I'm closer than you think. You move wrong, you don't just lose respect, you lose more." The message was clear and the effect was immediate. Rival crews began scrambling. Tension erupted in the streets, and whispers of retaliation began circulating. The ripple effect was massive. Even those not directly involved were caught in the crossfire of fear and speculation. Inside YoungBoy's circle, paranoia was rising. One source revealed an explosive confrontation between LULTim and a newer member of the crew who questioned his authority. What started as a verbal dispute quickly escalated into a full-blown threat, with LULTim asserting his dominance. "I've earned my place, and I protect mine," he reportedly said. "You test me, you test him, and the outcome won't be pretty." The internal power dynamics were shifting, and YoungBoy's decision to keep LULTim close was proving to be both brilliant and terrifying. Meanwhile, the streets were buzzing with rumors of a potential showdown. Multiple eyewitness accounts placed YoungBoy and LULTim near a rival crew's territory late at night. The atmosphere was electric. Sirens, whispers, and online speculation combined to create a frenzy. Fans, influencers, and online personalities were live streaming updates, creating a storm of digital chaos. Hashtags like #YoungBoyLoyalty, #StreetTactics, and #BloodAndLoyalty dominated the trending pages, amplifying every rumor and every leaked clip. But the twists didn't stop there. Another secret source revealed that YoungBoy had recently received intel about a possible setup, a rival crew planning to lure LULTim into a trap. According to the leak, YoungBoy personally intervened, relocating LULTim to a safe location, while simultaneously sending cryptic messages to the rival crew. The audacity and strategy of this move sent shockwaves through the streets. YoungBoy wasn't just reacting, he was controlling the narrative. Using Lul Tim as both shield and weapon, tensions escalated further when a new social media clip emerged, showing Lul Tim stepping out of a black SUV with a heavily guarded entourage. The streets interpreted it as a public declaration of dominance. Fans speculated that the duo was sending a warning to anyone considering a challenge. Twitter debates, viral TikToks, and Instagram story reactions flooded the platforms. Every new post added fuel to the fire, creating a digital battlefield mirroring the real one on the streets. As the day turned into night, rumors of an upcoming confrontation began to swirl. A leaked tip from an anonymous insider suggested a meeting was being arranged between YoungBoy, Lul Tim, and several rival leaders. The city held its collective breath. Every movement was being monitored, every message scrutinized. One false step could ignite a full-blown war, and everyone knew it. YoungBoy and Lul Tim weren't just playing the game, they were rewriting the rules, setting a standard of loyalty and retaliation that no one had ever seen before. And just when it seemed the chaos had reached its peak, a new twist dropped. A video leaked of a previously unknown collaborator, speaking cryptically about the next move and who survives and who doesn't. The energy was tense, urgent, and terrifying. Fans were left on edge. Streets whispered of impending action. Online audiences speculated wildly, and the digital world erupted with fear and anticipation. Every moment now felt like a countdown, every leak a prelude to an event no one could predict. By the end of this chapter, the stakes were higher than ever. Little Tim's role had evolved from loyal companion to strategic enforcer. YoungBoy's empire was unshakable but constantly tested by rival factions and unexpected betrayals. The city, fans, and online communities were completely absorbed in the unfolding drama. With the next move hanging like a ticking time bomb, the streets, the digital world, and insiders all agreed, the storm isn't over. In fact, the most explosive, jaw-dropping, and potentially career-ending moments are yet to come. One thing is certain, YoungBoy and Lul Tim's bond has changed the game, and anyone who doubts the weight of their alliance will soon regret it. As the sun set over the city, a palpable tension gripped the streets. Every corner, every block, every alley whispered rumors of what was coming next. The saga of NBA YoungBoy and Lul Tim had reached a fever pitch and no one could look away. Leaks surfaced faster than ever. Hidden messages, secret recordings, and eyewitness accounts painted a portrait of a duo operating with ruthless precision. Lul Tim, once merely a side figure, was now the central force in a web of loyalty, betrayal, and feared. An anonymous insider revealed that YoungBoy and Lul Tim had been quietly coordinating with multiple crews across the city. The conversations were coded, but the intent was clear: assert dominance, crush opposition, and ensure no one betrayed the bond that had been forged in the fires of street warfare. In one leaked audio, YoungBoy's voice was icy, commanding, and clear. "Trust is everything. Step out of line and it won't just be you feeling the heat. Everyone connected feels it." Fans immediately dissected the clip, speculating about the identities of those warned and the potential fallout. Then came a bombshell. A rival crew allegedly attempted to set up Lul Tim, but YoungBoy, ever vigilant, intercepted the plan. Social media erupted when screenshots of heated text exchanges between YoungBoy and Lul Tim surfaced. The texts hinted at retaliatory actions, cryptic warnings, and a promise that loyalty would be rewarded, while betrayal would be met with consequences that were both swift and brutal. The streets were on fire with speculation. Every video, every post, every tweet was analyzed, dissected, and blown up. Word of the confrontation spread like wildfire. Eyewitnesses claimed to have seen Lul Tim with an armored entourage navigating rival territories at night, moving with a confidence that suggested both defiance and strategy. Fans compared it to cinematic gangster movies, but the reality was far more intense. This was life or death, loyalty or betrayal, respect or obliteration. YoungBoy's name was trending everywhere, with hashtags like #BloodAndLoyalty, #YoungBoyEmpire, and #LulTim on the move dominating feeds. But the twists kept coming. Another recording leaked, this time revealing a conversation between a rival faction and an unknown intermediary plotting against YoungBoy's crew. Lul Tim's response, though unseen, was decisive. Sources claim he mobilized trusted allies, set contingencies, and communicated directly with YoungBoy, outlining a strategy that would turn the tables completely. The level of coordination and foresight stunned fans and street insiders alike. It was no longer a feud, it was a carefully orchestrated campaign of power, dominance, and survival. Meanwhile, a shocking development rocked the online world. A video clip appeared showing Lul Tim confronting a suspected traitor in the midst of a crowded area. Words were exchanged, threats were implied, and the energy was electric. Observers claimed that the tension in the clip was so thick you could cut it with a knife. The incident went viral within hours, sparking debates, reactions, and heated speculation across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Comments ranged from praise for Lol Tim's decisiveness to fear over what might happen next. Inside YoungBoy's circle, paranoia reached a peak. Leaks suggested that some members questioned Lol Tim's authority, but every challenge was met with calculated intensity. YoungBoy's presence loomed over the crew, his every move signaling both support and warning. "He's not just my right hand," YoungBoy allegedly said in a private recording. "He's the backbone. Anyone testing him tests me and they won't like the outcome." The power dynamics were shifting, and Lol Tim's reputation as both enforcer and strategist was cemented as night fell deeper. Rumors of a massive confrontation circulated. Multiple sources suggested that YoungBoy and Lol Tim were aware of an incoming attack from a coalition of rival factions. Every move was scrutinized, every ally tested, and every street corner potentially lethal. The tension reached a crescendo as fans waited with bated breath. The streets, the digital world, and insiders alike agreed. Something huge was about to erupt, and the fallout would reshape the hierarchy of power in the city, and then the ultimate twist. A leaked snippet of a video showed YoungBoy and Lol Tim in a hidden location, reviewing intel and mapping strategies. They weren't just reacting, they were anticipating, calculating, and preparing to strike first. The streets knew it. Fans knew it, and the rivals who thought they had the advantage now realized they were already behind. The alliance between YoungBoy and Lol Tim had grown stronger, smarter, and deadlier. By the end of this explosive sequence, the narrative was undeniable. NBA YoungBoy's decision to keep Lol Tim close was more than loyalty, it was survival. Betrayal would no longer be tolerated, loyalty would be rewarded, and the streets were left trembling at the implications. Each leaked message, each viral clip, each whispered rumor only added to the storm. The city watched, riveted, as this real-life saga of blood, loyalty, and power played out, and it was far from over. Played out, and it was far from over. The final cliffhanger left fans with an urgent, unrelenting suspense. Who would make the next move? Which rival would falter first? And just how far would YoungBoy and Lol Tim go to protect their empire? One thing was clear. The streets would never forget this chapter, and the digital world would continue to explode with every new revelation. The story of NBA YoungBoy and Lol Tim was now legend, a dangerous, thrilling saga that had redefined the game. Yo, listen up, because you do not want to miss what's coming next in this saga. The streets are watching, the fans are reacting, and the digital world is exploding with every leaked clip, every text, every whisper about YoungBoy and Lol Tim. If you thought you knew the game, think again. This is a story of loyalty, betrayal, power, and blood that will leave your jaw on the floor. Smash that like button right now if you're ready to witness raw street drama unfold before your eyes. Comment below with your hottest take. Who do you think is next to step up, and who's already falling behind? Share this with everyone in your circle, because the heat from this story is too real to keep to yourself. Trust me, every single revelation is a bombshell, and the next twist could happen at any moment. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You do not want to be left in the dark when the next leak drops. Every update, every clip, every insider story hits first here. And missing it means missing the pulse of the streets. This isn't just entertainment. This is the raw, uncut saga of power, strategy, and survival, and you need to be part of it. Remember, every like, comment, and share helps the story reach more people. And more eyes on the truth means more pressure on the streets, more drama, and more action. This is your front row seat to the chaos, the betrayal, and the loyalty that defines NBA YoungBoy and Lol Tim. Don't just watch, engage, react, and be part of the movement. Stay tuned, because the streets are never quiet, and the next chapter is coming fast.